Okay, quick video on carpeting. If you've never done it before, a couple of good tips for you. So these are the original rear panels from my back doors, and I'm going to reuse them. This is what they look like, factory panels. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a board for the upper part of the door, and we're going to reuse these. They're quite thin, they're not brilliant for mounting anything to, but I'll show you doing this one. I've just completed this one. One of the things you find, until you get these on, they get covered in bits, especially if you get a dark colour. I decided to go for the blue because, well, everybody uses grey or black. I think black's okay for maybe converting a minibus, something like that, with loads of windows in. But anyway, everybody uses. I quite like this blue, so I've gone with that. That is a finished one, and I'm going to show you how we do that one. So carpet, this carpet, four-way stretch carpet, has a front side and a back side, and you won't be able to see this on the camera. On the blue, the front side kind of looks, it's very even, it's evenly brushed, and then the back side looks a little bit mottled. You can see like there's some black in it, and it's like a random sort of faint mottled black colouring in there, and also the finish is just not so good. The surface is just not so good. It's relatively subtle, but you can see the difference between that and that. So get your panel. This is the outer side, so lay that down because that is the side that we're gonna carpet. Take a black marker, right, and just do some dashes around your shape. And the only reason I'm saying do that, it just saves you a bit of glue. So you get your spray glue and then just spray the carpet relatively sparingly, and then the panel. And then lay it back on your carpet, then turn it over and smooth it out, going right up to the edge. Okay, then turn it back over and then roughly cut it out, leaving around about an inch overlap. When I say roughly cut it out, you do a reasonably straight edge. So there is our panel. So what we're going to do now is prepare the edge, and one of the things that we are going to sort out is internal and external corners and where there are mounting points. What we're going to do, like on this external corner, is cut some V's they're quite sharp corners, these, actually. But I'm also going to trim those down because you don't want the carpet going over that mounting hole. So that's prepared that corner. An internal corner, it's sufficient to just cut a couple of slots, and you can try that. And then straight away we've got an external corner. So again, you can try it. You can see how that bit goes over the mounting hole, so we need to cut some more off that, a little bit off there. Another external corner, and again you can try it while it's dry. So what we're going to do now is do a spray of glue overlapping the board and the carpet. So we go a little bit closer in that the nozzle produces. Okay, and then just leave that for a few minutes. So I've left that for a few minutes because you want it to become tacky. This is actually kind of like an impact adhesive. You can't sort of use it straight away. So you can see as I pull that over, I'll go around it 2 or 3 times with my hands. It's kind of staying there. And then these little bits on the corner, they might take a bit of persuasion, but they'll be okay. And just run your hands or your thumb down like that, and you'll find that you pretty much staying in place. If you try and do this too quick, the carpet will just fall away. As I say, it's a contact adhesive, and therefore you need to spray both sides. Always spray both sides. Don't ever think that you can just get away with spraying a panel, putting carpet on, because it just won't stick. Give it a few minutes to tack off, and then when you bring the two surfaces together, it will stick fairly well instantly. So that's done really well now. That's pretty well got it all the way around. Any of this glue oversprayed onto somewhere and you want to get it off, best thing to use is brake and clutch cleaner. So get yourself some brake and clutch cleaner and a rag, spray it onto the rag, and then just rub like that, and that'll fetch the glue off. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but this is a bit of scrap carpet, but there's a bit of overspray there. I don't know if you can see that or not. So get your cloth, spray it with brake and clutch cleaner, just give it a wipe, and that's gone. Okay, so here is your best tip, because we have now got a load of holes on this side that we want to put our trim buttons through to fasten the trim back down with. The best way to do it is with a soldering iron. Okay, so from the back side where we can see the holes, initially just poke your soldering iron through them. Try not to breathe the fumes in. Okay, so we've poked all the holes in, and then go onto the finished side of the panel and just put the soldering iron in and just go round the hole using the wood to guide the soldering iron tip, and just go round and round and round. And it will basically melt the hole in the carpet. So there we go, that's a finished panel. There's actually this bit here we can put back on. I've not got a clue what it's for. These are my box of all the bits that come off the doors, and so these are the push pins that go in there. You know, once they're all in and you've hoovered this, it'll look pretty damn neat. Carpet edging on doors, something I saw actually from someone on YouTube, and I thought it was quite a good idea if it worked. And basically what it is, using, if you can see this, using this door trim, and I think this is used for like edging car doors. It's quite a common profile, but this one is a lot smaller. And so the idea is that you stick this around the edge of your door, ease the carpet into it. So what I'm going to try and do is show you, and also show you what not to do. Probably a lot of you will, when you're putting carpet on, you'll probably try and go up to the edge of where the door trim is, and it's going to be quite hard to get that as a neat finish. What you mustn't do, and I'm trying to do this with one hand, let's say I edge my carpet up to the edge of this door, and then when the door closes, the seal is over the carpet. You must never do that, because when it rains or when you're travelling on wet roads, the water will literally soak through the carpet, capillary action, etc., everywhere, all around, all your seals. The water will just come in. Your door seal must not go up to carpet like that. It must go up to a hard surface, which is your door. What I found with this stuff as well, which I'll show you in a minute, it's best to rough it up. This stuff made in a factory, it's made in a mould, and there will be mould release agent used, and that could be like an oil or a silicone based product, and it will stop super glue working on it. So I'll show you what we need to do first. But basically, when the door's shut, as you can see there, draw a black line with a Sharpie all around on the inside of the seal, and then when you're sticking the seal on, you don't go past the black line. There may be a small gap, and it depends how accurate you want to get it, but you can see there, once the door's shut, there is a tiny gap around there, and it's not interfering with the door seal. And then what we do, we get our carpet, stick it on, and leave sort of 5mm, and then all you do with a scraper, this is not easy because I'm trying to do it with one hand with carpet that's not stuck down. So that little section there, imagine that's stuck down, and you can see there a nice neat finish there. When I did the first piece of this, I sanded it by hand. Basically what we want to do is very slightly rub up this surface. And that partly gets rid of the mould release agent from when this was made, and it also gives a good key for the super glue, and believe me, it won't come off. And so what I do, lay it on the bench, turn the sander on, and then just feed it through. And then I don't know if you can see the difference, but that's smooth, and that has got very light sanding on it. So the sliding door on the van, and what I've done, I've carpeted pretty much the whole thing. So my window is in there, and then there is also another panel, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, which I'm going to cut out there. So it is, as I found out from when I did this first, I tried to do this by carpeting panels and then sticking it on. It's really hard work. When I did this side of the van, and I've just done this sliding door, do it in one whole piece. So I just wanted to show you putting the carpet in the trim. So use a scraper, and you see like the curved edge of the scraper. What I find is the easiest way to do it is to run down there, and this is not easy to do with one hand, but where there's no glue on the trim, because it's not easy to not get glue on the trim, even though I masked it. Where there's no glue, you can get a run, and the carpet, you can get quite a lot of carpet tucked into there actually. And so with the curved edge of the scraper, I'm using that to run down the trim and just feed the carpet in. And as you can see, where I haven't got glue over the trim, it goes in quite fast. This will clean up with some brake and clutch fluid cleaner, but you can see there, hopefully, you get quite a neat edge on your carpet. You are going to see a white line, but the seal does need to go up against the metal side of the door. Virtually impossible to get the carpet to go up to that seal, and so it's far better. I think this is a brilliant idea of sticking that trim on there